Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel, I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on the $1 Million Challenge, so please stay tuned. In the previous video, we did a stock update on ticker symbol PROG, Progenity. This is a stock that is a potential squeeze stock, so please refer back to the previous video for details of this stock. Before we start today's stock analysis, a quick reminder of the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody does not know about this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to achieve 201 trades, each with a return of approximately 3.5%. So we do take into account losses, and it's not 201 consecutive trades. So within the challenge, we have a special spreadsheet with specific stocks, mainly low and medium risks for this challenge. And we also have a growing Discord community, well in excess of 300 now, sharing due diligence, trading tips, technical analysis, buy alerts, etc. In the Discord area, you can read our agreement, the FAQs, you can chat and ask questions. The stock spreadsheet is also available in there. You can share your buys. We also have a King and Queen alert in there and a leaderboard plus updates. So once you join the challenge, you'll get access to an exclusive video which gives more detailed and in-depth description of strategy and how to go about starting the challenge, which is not available on the public platform. So join us on this journey, and details in the description below. Today's stock analysis is an update on ticker symbol ABML, American Battery Metals. This is a stock that has been featured a few times on the channel. So as many of you will be aware, the previous week's trading that we just saw was a very difficult week. Many stocks were significantly down, so American Battery Metals was not immune to this. And on the week, the stock was down. However, the good news is on the Friday, close of play, the stock did finish in the green. So on the chart here, we can see it was at open market on the Friday, trading around about $1.28 and closing at $1.32. So just up in excess of 4.76% on the day. So a nice finish to the day. Let's see what the latest updates are with regard to American Battery Metals and construction. Let's have a look at the latest tweet from the company. So we can see the headline here on the 19th of November 2021. Moving right along, continuing with rebar in preparation for our first concrete pour. So some great pictures here showing an update in terms of construction. So certainly the progress looks to be good. Let's have a look at some additional photos that we can see with regard to how everything is going. Just before we look at the photos, I'd like to give a shout out to Myth Bessler, who's given permission to use some of the excellent photos he shared in the ABTC Discord. So let's now proceed to have a look at photo number 1. So in the first photo here, we have an aerial view, and we also have an on-site view. So this is quite interesting. At the top, we have Logan Road, and just at the bottom, we have identified by the blue circle. We can see on the on-site photo, the foundations have been dug out. We can see construction workers, and construction is taking place. We can also see an outline of the factory and the layout here. So let's see what else we can see in terms of the shared photos. The second photo is a very nice sharp image of the foundation. It also gives us a little bit of an insight into the actual area itself. We can see in the background some white buildings. So if anyone is aware of these white buildings and what they constitute, please add that in the comments below. This next image is also an excellent image taken by a drone. So we have a very sharp image of the foundations of 4 separate areas. So we have top left, top right, bottom left and bottom right. So again, if anybody is aware of these 4 areas and what they're going to constitute in the new building, please also add that in the comments below. This final image I certainly think is the most interesting. This gives us an excellent view, an aerial view taken by drone, and this in this image here we can see the whole layout. And if we speculate, we could say on the bottom right hand side is potentially the retention pool. Next to that, we could have the storage building. Then in the middle, at the bottom, this could be the production area. And then at the top left-hand side, this could certainly be the office space. So again, that's speculation. So if anybody's has a little bit more detail in terms of the overall layout and the functions what we can see in terms of this early stages of construction taking place so far, please add that in the comments below. What I would now like to share is a tweet from Joe Biden, and this is a positive tweet, potentially good news for ABTC. And what he stated here is the Build Back Better Act will lower costs, create jobs, cut taxes while tackling the climate crisis and growing the economy from bottom up and middle out. With its passage in the House, we're one step closer to make a historic investment rebuilding the middle class. So this is great news for reconstruction, great news for getting the economy back, and also potentially from an economy point of view and environmental positive impact point of view, potentially great news for ABTC. What I'd now like to do is look at potential more detailed impact of this social spending bill. So a key area of this social spending bill is going to be environment and climate change. So companies like ABTC that are involved in construction right now with the recycling of batteries, the government is looking at a $110 billion budget to help domestic companies involved in supply chains and also companies involved in developing solar power, battery technologies. And the government is also going to be looking at support for existing steel, cement and aluminium industries. So long term, this is great news. I am aware that there are many critics of ABTC and also many critics of the battery recycling sector. And many of the critics also, such as Spruce Management, say that ABTC do not have any contracts, they don't have any capacity to generate revenue. That's nothing new. We do know that they're not generating revenue now, so it's one stage at a time. We are investing in the future, but one thing I would like to point out from a bullish point of view is certainly the demand for battery recycling is going to be growing. It's going to be increasing. So I think the contracts will come. So one thing I'd like to share now is an article from PV Magazine. This is a new article dated November the 18th. And this is based on a research report by Lux Research, looking at the demand and growing demand for lithium-ion battery recycling, along with the need for innovation that meets this demand. So this is excellent news for ABTC, and the headline here we can see is demand for battery recycling is growing, but capacity and innovation lag. So obviously there is going to be more need for capacity, there is going to be more need for innovation. So ABTC is in an excellent position to take advantage of this demand. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned a potential partnership with ABTC and Ford, so please refer back to the previous video for details of this potential partnership. If you look at the share price of ticker symbol F, Ford, you'll have seen that just a few months ago this was trading between $10 and $15. Right now we can see the share price is close to $20, so certainly it's been on a very bullish run. The share price has gone up quite significantly. One of the reasons why it's gone up is their plans for the EV sector. So on the screen here we can see that Ford has now have plans to increase EV production to 600,000 vehicles by the year 2023. So that's a very important year. So ABTC now, as we've just seen, is gone into construction. So certainly by 2023, the ABTC will be fully operational and generating revenue. So a nice coincidence in terms of dates here. The Ford CEO, Jim Farley, said that the increase is double what the company initially expected to do over the next 24 months. So great news for Ford. Ford is certainly going to need some batteries, and it's going to need technology in terms of lithium. ABTC will be fully operational by then. We've seen what that happened in the share price for Ford. ABTC, once it generates revenue and after construction, I think the potential for the stock will be huge. And finally, I'd like to finish off by giving a shout out to one of my old friends, Johnny. Johnny Retro 36 has posted ABML is the most seller of stock. So we both agree on the potential of ABML. However, I'd like to disagree with Johnny on this statement here. And I'd like to counter that statement and say ABML is the Kevin De Bruyne of stocks. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.